afternoon, ladies and gents. I hope everybody's okay. Just coming on very quickly to share a project with you. You're going to need 2 pieces of 6x9 cardstock. Okay. You're going to need 1 piece of 10x10. You're going to need 4 pieces of DSP. Let me just tilt these blinds a bit from that sun. 4 pieces of DSP that measure 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. You're going to need 2 pieces of DSP that measure 2 7/8 by 5 7/8. You're going to need 4 pieces of DSP measuring 4 by 3. And you're going to need 1 piece of DSP measuring 4 by 4. Okay, so on our 6x9 pieces of cardstock, you're going to score it at 3 inches and burnish. And again with this one, score at 3 inches and burnish with your bone folder. Now what you're going to do is take both sides and you're going to glue them together like that. Okay, so I'm going to take my liquid glue, if I can get the cap off. This weather's playing havoc with my hands. Okay, don't go right up to the edge. And we're just going to glue these 2 pieces together. Okay, get rid of that. So you end up with something that looks like a folder. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to give that a quick rub over with my bone folder. Okay, so I'm going to stick the front, the middle and the back on. Find all my DSP. So I need 1 for the front, 1 for the middle and 1 for the back. Okay, again I'm going to use my wet glue. And what we want is to give this just a, before I put that on, ribbon. You're going to need ribbon. It's always something with my videos, isn't it? So I'm going to cut a piece of ribbon off. Make sure it's exactly in half. Okay, and we need a piece on this side. So I'm going to stick it down with some turning tape. Try and get in the middle. Okay, so we'll stick that down on there. Now we can stick our DSP on. Wouldn't be me if I didn't make some mistake, would it? My mind's racing ahead. I have friends in London and I after this morning's shenanigans. I'm hoping they're all okay. Okay, so we'll glue that down. Give it a good rub, make sure it's down properly. And I know you all have ribbon at home, so I know I'm just giving you the idea with what I'm using. And this is the Year of Cheer DSP. Absolutely lovely. Love it. So this is our centre panel going on. And if you notice, I've just left just a little bit of a border around all my DSP. Okay, so again on this end we need to put a piece of ribbon. And we'll try and get it in the middle. Okay. Peel the backing off. Put our ribbon in. And again, I'm using my wet glue. You can do your DSP afterwards. I just find it gives it time to dry, me doing it beforehand. Okay, so we're going to flip it over and put our DSP on the inside now. Okay, and we're just going to do exactly the same. One there, and our centre one. It'll all make sense, I promise you. Make sure I've got my little border. There we go. Okay. Our middle panel. This was the 2 7/8 by 5 7/8. This DSP is lovely. It has, you know what I'm like for snowflakes. I'm going to have to order another one because I don't think I can use the snowflakes on my demos. Okay, and the last big piece. Again, leave that little tiny border. and we know that's our inside. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like up to now. Okay, now on our 10 by 10 piece of cardstock, what you're going to do is you're going to score it at 3 inches all the way around. Okay, I don't know whether you can see the score lines on mine. Just 3 inches on all 4 sides. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, I'll have to use these scissors. My big scissors are in the other room. On all the outer corners, them little squares, we're just going to cut up and we're going to wedge it. And I'm taking quite a big wedge. Okay, and we're going round in a circle and just doing exactly the same to all 4 corners. Should have brought my big scissors in. So we're going to do this. That went a bit ski-whiff. Now, if you don't have 12 by 12 white cardstock, I'm trying to follow you when the sun comes in and out. What you could do, what I've done is I've used the backing for our 12 by 12 DSP. So there's just a little cheat for you if you don't have the 12 by 12 cardstock, because this needs to be 10 by 10, so an A4 wouldn't do. Last one out. So you should have something now that looks like that, as though you're going to do a pinwheel. Okay, now you can either decide which is going to be your inside and which is going to be your outside. Okay, obviously, let me see, I'm going to have it this way as my inside, because I've got this writing down the bottom. So I want that covered up. So just go around and burnish your score lines. And using the back of your DSP will just give it some heavier clout anyway. Okay, so we're just burnishing all our score lines. And now you're going to put glue on these tabs and they're going to go round like that. So that one with the writing on is completely hidden. So that's what we're going to do with this. Now, you can either decide now or wait till you've glued it all together to put your DSP on. I'm going to do mine now, but yours is entirely up to you. Okay, so the DSP is going to go on the outside of our box. And these are the 4 by 3 pieces. Okay. and they're just going to stick directly onto there. Making sure not to go over your score lines. And this is the box that's going to hold my mother-in-law's, one of my mother-in-law's Christmas gifts. Okay. So we're just going to go all the way around and do that. We're not putting the bottom 4x4 piece there, we're putting it on the inside. But I love this DSP, I have to say. I should have brought it in with me to show you, shouldn't have I? Ah, never mind. I'm sure all my customers anyway, and you've seen it in the catalogue. It's the speciality paper, so it is thicker. It's not double-sided, but it is thicker. Okay, so there's my outside done. Now we're going to put our 4x4 square in the centre of the opposite side. So you're going to flip it over and put your 4x4 square. Okay, and again that will give us a lovely little border just on the inside. Now we're going to glue our tabs down, and as I said, they're going to go to the inside of the box. So fold them over, apply our glue, oops, making sure not to get it inside the box. Like I've just done. Where's me rubber? These are brilliant if you have one, or if you don't, get one from somewhere. Just for handy little mistakes like that, because I want this box. Okay, so we're going to fold that in, and I've also brought some of my planner paper clips in, so okay. I must show you as well, this kit also comes with some lovely embellishments as well. Put another paper clip just to hold it while I'm going round. So this was off the Merry Little Christmas DSP. Well, you waste not, you want not. Isn't that what they say? So just go around with that. And again, give it a little squish. And that's moved already. So put a paper clip on it. And our last one. I would always say use wet glue when constructing a box, because the hold on it is a hell of a lot stronger than sticky tape. Kind of got glue there as well. Okay. So I'm just giving that a squish, another paper clip. Okay, now on the bottom of our box we're going to put glue. Don't go too close to the edge because you don't want it seeping out when you squash it. Okay, now what we're going to do is stick it to the bottom, making sure we get it sort of even. I'm just going to give that a squish. Seems to be even. Okay, I think I can take my paper clips off now. Okay, and that is our fold over box. So now I'm going to work on some decoration for the top. And what I've got is our leaf punch, and I'm going to punch some white leaves out because I've already cut some get some of our gold foil pansies. So I'll just cut some of them out for now. Where's my... Just going to give these a bit of dimension. You've seen me do this 100 times, if not, where have you been? Now you don't have to do that much to them so that they're curling up. Just give them a bit of puffiness, for want of a better word, so that when you lay them down they're not exactly flat. It's not I hate more than flat flowers and flat leaves. That's one of my pet peeves. We'll have them, and then I can glue them down. So I'll just do the 3. These ball tools that I'm using are in fact catering ones, but I find them to be the best because they're heavier when they play a game. That is. There we go. Now, because I've cut my flowers out in the gold foil, I'm not gonna go over them with my ball tool, but what I am gonna do is scrunch them up. Only because when you go over them with your ball tool, you will find that on any foil paper, the foil will start to lift off the paper. So I'm just giving them a squash, and they're going to go on my front. And it doesn't matter what glimmer paper you use, it will start to lift. It doesn't matter what make it is, who makes it, where it's come from, it will lift. And if you don't believe me, try it. Okay, so I'm just giving them a really good squash up and then unfolding them, and I shall stick them down on top of my leaves. So I'll bring my box back in so you can see I've done all three, and I've done my 3 leaves. So just a little dab of glue. See, it doesn't give them a significant pop-up, if you like, but it just gives them enough. So stick that one there over the corner. Now, because we've given our flowers, if you like, some dimension, oops, lifted that and the leaf then, I'm using wet glue because there's no point using dimensionals. It's stuck to my finger. So that will take a bit longer to stick. So we want one there. Just till it grabs hold. And I did cut enough to do a couple, oops, strings off the glue on the inside, but you'll know by now how to do that, won't you? Just hold them till this grabs. Okay, I forgot to get my label punched down, so I've just grabbed it. I'm going to punch out a label. And I'll stick that up there, and I want some pearls. Where's my pokey tool? So I'll use a big one for in the centre of each flower. That glue's still not grabbed them. Okay, and then I'll just put a couple dotted round, that one up there. So there's our box, ladies and gents. So you'll tie your ribbon off there. A nice bow. Lord knows I can't do bows on camera. Okay, so you tie it off with a nice bow on the side. That's going to go on in a minute. I'll stick that down in a minute. And then when you open it up, you will have that inside, and there's your box. And as I say, I've cut a few more out just to put on this corner here. But you've just seen me do them ones. I'm just going to do exactly the same to them ones. So there you go, and it's a lovely size box. It's 4 by 4 and 3 inches high, so it's a really lovely, and that's what the top profile looks like, but it's absolutely stunning, and that DSP is worth it, honestly, ladies and gents. Right, well, I hope you give that a go. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Sorry it took so long, but it is quite a big box. Have a lovely day and stay safe and take care for now, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.